Race car will pull off here at Daytona, the 6th week of the Frontier Truck Tour Season 3 season. The green flag is up. The green flag is out. We'll take the green flag. And Alicia, we don't know what to expect. Do we go green? Is it a wreck fest? Gordon Spain gets ahead of Douglas Henry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frontier Truck Tour back on PAL Racing. Welcome to Daytona. And we see both lines building momentum right now, Alicia. Raymond Wimmer is up to the top line. He is leading. He drops down in front. Raymond Wimmer will lead the first lap here at Daytona. On board with Hunter East, his gyro cam. He's going 3 wide middle right now, and he has momentum. Teammates on his rear bumper. We just barely missed it. There we go. And he's going to dog it up to the top line in front of Ricky Nate LaJoy.
Wow, that's really amazing. Oh, my goodness.
Doesn't he make you nervous every time you watch? Yeah.
I mean, the middle lane is usually what you call the sucker hole, where you put someone in the middle and nobody gets behind him. He drove right up there, no problem. Look at that. He even snuck himself between 2 teammates there, Jake Hare and Aaron Warren. He's up there in the 3rd line now. He started in the back half of the field again, didn't he? I mean, it took 4 laps for him to get up here. A real Earnhardt performance. You guys are really dicing it up, but as stable as these trucks look, I don't have any issue with it so far. I mean, they're keeping it steady. The moves are aggressive, but not overly aggressive. In fact, this is some of the cleaner moves I've seen throughout the season so far. So I think they're having fun out there. I think they're racing, and they're not doing anything to endanger the pack as well. I think this is the kind of racing that these guys get into the leagues to see. It brings a different aspect to the racing, and whether or not it's better or not is just really just depends on what kind of flavor of racing you like.
Whoa!
This kind of racing might be. Oh, we have a car off the pace there a little bit on the inside. Looks like he's staying out. That's Raymond Wimmer. Maybe he was starting to overheat a little bit and had to drop out of line quickly, or maybe he had those spidey senses start to tingle.
I think Raymond got moved. I think Raymond got helped out of line. And he was just stuck on the bottom of the apron and couldn't go anywhere.
Noah, did the caution come out?
I did not. Yes, it looks like the yellow come out, but Alicia, I don't have an incident report, nor do I have... I didn't even hear... Did you hear the spotter come over the radio and say something?
No, I didn't hear the spotter, but we've got Stanley off the track. We got the 11 sideways here out of 4.
Yeah, so I have no incident report, but since we know Stanley was involved, we'll look at it the old-fashioned way. So here we go. This is Derek Stanley. This is the bottom lane. These are the guys saving. And we don't know what we're looking for yet. So we're just going to ride here. He's following the 88 of Chris Sawyer. I'm waiting. Maybe it's a lap later. I think I might need to...
it happened near the front stretch, I believe. There it is.
Oh, hold on.
Pretty big pile up there, Noah.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what
got a couple guys going high already. Something's already going on ahead. Ooh, and just the slowdown really. Yeah, the 18 and 11.
18 and 11, both of them are new drivers. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, 18 is Jordan Marion. He's pushing the 11. There's nowhere for Cody to go. They're getting such a big run. Cody jumps out of line. They're under green flag, by the way, guys. They just got a big run. Jordan Marion doesn't lift. Now he jumps to the inside. And he comes back up and left hooks Cody. This is Cody's first career start in Frontier. Not the way he wants to be introduced. Gets into the 22, the 51 of Spencer Burton. The 22 with Ethan Walker. And I think Chris Sawyer ended up getting sideways because he got some bumper tag from Derek Stanley. We're going to go green. I think the field has to save to that mark. But if you're saving, who wants to be leading? And if you're not saving, what does that mean for your strategy? There's a lot of questions that are going to go unanswered for at least the next 20 laps, Alicia.
We're just going to have to see how it plays out. That's something that is a bit of a sticking point for some fans. in the current generation of top-level NASCAR, where fuel conservation is very important. So you'll see even the leaders start to slow down so that they aren't left out in the fuel conservation contest. We're worried about not only conserving enough fuel to make it to the end, but how much time you have to spend on pit road to fill the car back up with fuel. These fuel tanks just absolutely pour fuel into these fuel tanks, but even a gallon less of fuel can save you a second or two. And like we said earlier, that can be the difference between being up in the front pack and being in the back pack. So maybe these guys are trying to do something different. There's a whole lot of thought process going into what's going to be the best strategy. And ultimately, it could boil down to just how well you come into the pits and how well you leave the pits. We're 2 laps away from lap 60 here, so I think all these guys have recognized that being on the bottom line is going to be more important than track position.
Pit road! It's Brett Murphy! Ethan Walker! Ethan Walker misses pit road!
Whoa.
Wow! More guys are hitting pit road at the moment. Casey Ellis is around.
Oh.
Wow. Brett Murphy led the charge down pit road. Nobody went with him. That was even near the front. Ethan Walker, look at Jordan
Whoa, and the
Marion.
18 loses into a stall.
Yeah. Ethan Walker missed pit road
My
entry.
goodness.
He's going to have a black flag. Alicia, you're Brett Murphy. You're basically going to be alone on pit road exit. Actually, you will be. Are you still going to blend up with the leaders, or are they going to fly right by you? I mean, what's happening?
I think at this point they are going to fly right by. I think Brett is cursing that the drivers behind weren't able to keep it clean on pit road. He needed every single one of those guys to come in cleanly and smoothly.
Oh,
so
Ronnie Lane barely missed our digger cam. More guys down pit road. It's the whole lot of them. Jacob Blakely, Ronnie Lane, Aaron Warren, Gordon Spain, Matthew Legat, Douglas Henry, Aaron Warren, Stephen James, Raymond Wimmer, Aiden Gould. All of these drivers, Alicia. I mean, not all of them, excuse me. Multiple teams are down. Nobody is part of the same squad. Of course, Douglas Henry gets the advantage with the pit box towards the front. We'll see how they exit. There's Ethan Walker after serving his penalty, exiting pit road. And here they come. Gordon Spain, Douglas Henry, Jacob Blakely, Raymond Wimmer, Aaron Warren exiting pit road together. And the next pack out yet to pit, Pete Tart, Hunter East, Mike LaJoy, David Wright, Joe Houston, Robert Keats Jr., Jaden Alexander, Gary Smoke, Nate LaJoy. Here they come off of turn 4.
No, these guys weren't staying super packed close together here on this in lap.
They look slow, Alicia.
Yeah, they do. Is the yellow flag out?
Yes, we're
it
under
is.
yellow.
Oh, my goodness.
We don't know where it came from. Actually, Alicia, I have an instant report out of Casey Ellis, and Casey Ellis wreck on pit road exit. I have a theory. We're going to check it. We're going to have to check my my microphone outputs for the spotter to see if we're missing communication, if it's unrouted.
Oh, whoa.
Ooh.
Wow, that could have been really bad. Oh, and he just immediately toes out of there.
Smart.
But unfortunately, the yellow did come out.
There was no contact
Yeah,
between
these tires
him and
have
Jordan
seen.
Marion.
Whoa. These tires have seen 58 laps of racing, and while the super speedway doesn't demand very much from the tires, that is still a lot of miles at high speed on these tires. They are hot, and they are not what they once were. Really trying to maximize that exit and lose as little time as possible. I think he just gets a little loose, and oh man, kind of bouncing up on the track. That's going to heat up the tires, and it just fishtails out of control.
Guys topping off. Stephen James leads them to green. And we're back racing at Daytona. What will happen? Gordon Spain on the top line, no help. Douglas Henry immediately starts pushing Stephen James on that bottom line. Gordon Spain has to drag race 2 trucks tandeming. The 29 of Mike LaJoy, first career start for him. He's in a position to get his first career win. Raymond Wimmer on there on the bottom. Aaron Warren, with help from Jake Kerr, will form the top line to pick up Gordon Spain. But Stephen James leads them down the back straightaway. Stephen James tried to block, did not work, but he has the ability to get back to the bottom in front of Douglas Henry. So now you know what's on, Alicia. They are racing for this win. Big charge up top. G-Spain now feels like he's in control. He'll run in the middle of the first 2 lanes. And here comes Ronnie. Big run from Pop-Tart Pete. Pete Tart will get Ronnie Lane out in front. Gordon Spain falling back now at the flag stand. Ronnie Lane leads. Pete Tart on his rear bumper. G-Spain falling back in the middle. Here comes Steven James on the bottom.
Ooh.
Contact. Now Pete dives to the inside with Hunter East. And Ronnie Lane will go to the nose of Matthew Legatt. The 77 trucker Robert Keats Jr. making his return for the first time in nearly an entire season. He's in the top line leading. A lot of return drivers,
wow, no,
a lot of first-timers.
On. It is on right now. Look at these guys fighting. They all want to lead from the front, and they've all got that gas now that they want to burn to stay up front.
Alicia, I'm nervous, man. I'm ready for it to be lap 90 out of 90. They're going to be racing like this all the way to the end if they could keep it green. G-Spain shunted out of line, wrecking the back.
Oh, they're wrecking.
Jake Hare, David Wright,
Oh.
Steven James. I saw Steven James, I think, was the first spun around. My incident reports are a little messed up. We're going to grab a replay, although I'm not sure it's correct.
Noah, let's stick on the 48 here. I think I saw it just out of the corner of the screen as it was happening. These guys were 3 right in the middle. That's where things can really bounce back up and down. I think the 48 just came a little bit too high through the tri-oval.
All these guys cutting through the grass behind them. We're going to watch this from the rear deck lid of Douglas Henry, one of our only incident reports just because he cut through the grass. We'll grab Jake Hare in a second manually. We'll see the other half of the wreck happening behind Steven James, David Wright, Jake Hare. You said Jake Hare was the incident car. Now we're going to have to look at it the old-fashioned way.
Man,
We'll grab Jake
Mike
Hare.
LaJoy did a great job of blowing up his car there. The Douglas Henry, the 66, really had to throw on the brakes there, and Mike did a good job of not running him over.
Jake Hare, man, just going up and grabbing. We've seen this at the super speedways for Jake, I think, way too often. And what is it about a guy who's just very unfamiliar with iRacing or just isn't skilled as much as the guys around him running up into a truck like that? I mean, it's a rookie mistake. Gordon Spain leads him to green here at Daytona, and it's going to be 20 laps to go. G-Spain, good launch. Matthew Legatt in second. Matt doesn't really have any teammates around him, maybe friends, but his teammates are a little bit further back trying to drive their way to the front. Aaron Warren up top with Brett Murphy. Both of those guys so low. And then you got Raymond Wimmer, teammates with Douglas Henry. On the bottom, Aiden Gould with them. There's Gare Bear up on that top line. Hunter East almost made it 3 wide in between him and Joe Houston. Almost a wreck. He backs out of it smartly. And we're drag racing down the back straightaway as Gordon Spain leads. Trucks changing different lanes. And now we got 3 wide action.
Aiden with the aggressive move. Oh, man. I think that might put him in the middle, though. I don't know if anyone's going to hop in and help him or not.
Actually, it leaves Jacob Blakely out to dry as that middle lane naturally progresses down to the actual middle. And that allows G-Spain to have control. Aaron Warren on his tail. We don't normally see those two work together. They're not really friends, although they've been racing against each other for almost 2 years now. But I think Aaron Warren is more keen to push Gordon Spain because he has no teammates behind him. It's just Brett Murphy. A lot of guys are making their bed with who they have to work with, but you got Matthew Legatt on the bottom. Douglas Henry and him have a pretty neat on-track relationship. We don't normally see them work together. They don't normally race each other hard. They're just 2 guys that have raced against each other for a handful of seasons across Frontier and PAL. I think Doug is going to be more keen to follow Matt, but he has Raymond Wimmer on his tail who's going to help him. Brett Murphy on his door. Aaron Warren's in the mix, and now we got 3 trucks nose to tail pushing hard. And look at Brett Murphy. He's going to try to lead that middle line. We're just right around 13 laps to go. 18 cars in this lead pack. A total of 22 out of 24 trucks on the lead lap. Those 24 trucks are still running. And then you got some guys who have crashed out tonight. But, man, everybody is pushing hard. Look at Legatt. Big shot to Pete Tart, to Douglas Henry. Gets him out front. These trucks could take a hell of a whooping. But where's that line at, and are these guys going to cross it? They are so aggressive right now.
Man, it almost feels like they're going to keep walking up to that line until they do cross it to find out where that is. These guys are pushing so hard. There's only, what, 12 laps to go. We're running out of time. But, man, if you want to finish first, at first you got to finish, right? Man, these guys are running hard.
Alicia absolutely called it. Aiden Gould, first chance he got to lead a line. He took it. He bailed. Now Pete Tart will go to the outside. It's a planned move. So now you got teammates nose to tail on the top. Douglas Henry and Matthew Leggett are not teammates. Matt teammates with Pete and Aiden. So got Gordon Spain going 3 wide top. Aaron looked like he wanted to go with him, but he'd rather stay middle. Now they go top. They understand Pete Tart, Aiden Gould need to be taken out of this equation. They're so good at these style of tracks. They're really fast in terms of super speedway racing. They know what to do. They got to take them out of contention, but the middle line will pick them back up. That leaves Joe Houston and Gordon Spain out to dry on the top line. Pop-Tart Pete out front leading. Aiden Gould now in that second spot. Douglas Henry, man, he just wishes those young guns would wreck, because it's like a needle in the haystack in terms of finding that optimal position to put yourself in the lead. You got all these Hornets around you, and there's not much you can do. And here comes Hunter East all over the back bumper for Aaron Warren. There's no alliance there. Hunter does not care about Aaron. Oh, I thought he was about to hook him there. They're about to be 4 wide. That was close. Hunter
Everybody
East
in the
lift.
middle lane. Oh. Everybody in the middle lane about shot up to the top there to stay out of that trouble that they thought was coming too. Aiden and Pete Tart swapping positions there as they went into the high line allowed the pusher with a hot engine to become the one receiving the pushes, and Aiden had that cool engine for a moment. They really were able to push their way up to the front, but now they've reset those engine temps, and now it's Pete Tart up at the front being
Aaron
pushed
Warren
by.
turned. We got a wreck in the back. Joe Houston, Aaron Warren, and Gordon Spain, all those guys were up front. Aaron Warren, big right front damage. We'll check on Gordon Spain. He has damage. Of course, Joe Houston was around. All those guys were right there in the middle. We saw it getting stacked up. They were 3 wide. I honestly thought that they were kind of recollecting themselves before making another attack, but it just did not turn out that way. Let's find a replay and take a look at her.
Definitely did feel like everyone was taking a breath for a moment, unfortunately. Let's see what happened.
Aaron Warren clearing himself off the nose of G-Spain. He was there.
Oh, no.
And that's going to stack up Joe Houston. I'm not sure who that truck is just behind. And the bright pink, maybe Jaden Alexander. They minimize the damage between the entire field, but I mean, what is Joe Houston supposed to even do there? He gets caught up in it. Gordon Spain, he didn't realize Aaron was coming up. He didn't even have time to lift. Pete Tart will lead them into the restart zone. Green-white checker near the frontier truck to decide the winner of Daytona Race 6. We're back racing. What will happen? Pete Tart with the lead. He gets a good jump. He has Hunter East on the bottom line. Matthew Leggett on top. Mike LaJoie will fill the gap on the bottom. Matt has to wait till all the way to corner exit to get some help from the top. It's Ricky Wentworth all alone. Brett Murphy, 4th car on the bottom with Jordan Marion and Steven James. I think Matt's going to go backwards here. He can get a good push right now from Ricky Wentworth. Pete Tart leading Matt to the outside. Is there enough? Side by side down the back straightaway. It's going to be a drag race. Remember, guys, we get to the white flag. We will end under green no matter what. They just have to make it there. Matthew Leggett leading the top line. Pete Tart to his outside. Through turns 3 and 4, down the short chute. It'll be 1 lap to go here at Daytona. They keep it green no matter what. We will race back to the checkered. A top line is forming. A wreck happens in the back.
Behind.
It does not matter because we are still green flag with Matthew Leggett out front. We lose over half the field. A giant wreck.
That's going to change the strategy
just right
completely.
Around 9 trucks. Ricky Wentworth all over the back of Matthew Leggett. Pete Tart now in the 3rd spot. Brett Murphy falls back. He has no help. Matthew Leggett, your league owner, leads him down the back straightaway final time. Pete Tart moves to the outside. Is this the move for the win? Hunter East on his rear bumper. Mike LaJoie follows. Out wide will Matthew Leggett make that truck through turns 3 and 4. Here comes Pete Hart. 4 wide. Hunter East. Big push to Matt. Still sideways. Down the short chute. Can you believe it? Matthew Leggett will hang on. Matthew Leggett wins.
Let's go.
Good win, Matt.
Let's
Holy
go. What a
Matt won it,
race.
dude. That was a crazy finish.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh, I finally got some chase points.
The winner here at Daytona.
Oh man, what a race. What a finish. I knew I was going to have to hold Pete and Hunter off there. Hunter was pushing great all night. Gave Pete a massive run to the outside. Huge shout out, Ricky Wentworth, sticking with me all the way to the end there. Appreciate him. Hope he got a good finish. He got top 5, so super happy to come home with the win.
Matt, all these wrecks here at
another
the end
super
of all these wrecks here at the end of the race, man. Did you even have a clue if you're going to be in it or not? I mean, were you pretty frightened at the fact that it seemed like anywhere a wreck could happen?
Yeah, I feel like we had a good solid group up at the front, and I kept starting on the inside lane, but starting on the outside lane there gave me the run off of 2, and just Ricky gave me a great push there and shot me out to the lead, and honestly gave us both a chance to win the race. So this dedicate this win to him. Great pushing.